のミイラの間はね、今まで関ジャニ∞のメンバーでは村上くん、横山くん、丸山くんが挑戦しましたが、全員失敗しております。
マジか。
What in the blue hell? Who thought mummification would be a good concept for a game show? Japanese variety shows are often noted as being frankly vibrant in nature, whether it be reciting a tongue twister on Gaki no Tsukai to avoid some unpleasurable consequence, or taking a bite out of a painting to see if it's candy or not. Variety shows in Japan have certainly made their mark overseas, as some American shows, such as Wipeout, Hole in the Wall, and American Ninja Warrior, are all based off of Japanese game shows. In a previous video I did about Exit, I mentioned the Hasutsu game Dero, a Japanese variety show that began in 2009 and was cancelled in 2011 following the Tohoku disaster. While that show is known for being utterly insane, the show spawned a sequel, Tourei, which, let's be fair, is equally insane. Tourei is best known in the Western world for being the game show where people are wrapped up like mummies, but the show goes way deeper than that, with it maintaining some of the insanity that made both Dero and Tourei notable in the West. Airing from 2011 to 2013 and having special episodes until 2016, Tourei and Dero were hosted by the same guy, Ryota Yamasoto. Yamasoto is seen in neither show directly, with his character in Dero being portrayed by a computer-animated man with the word Kanrinin written on the front. In Tourei, Yamasoto is portrayed with a CGI pharaoh head, so Tourei is not necessarily a sequel to Dero, more or less a spin-off. Both shows aired on NTV, or Nippon Television. Tourei, however, had some very unique rooms. While a couple were adapted from Dero, some were completely unique. Let's start with one adapted from Dero, the Walls Room. If you've seen Dero, or any version of Exit, this one is very simple to remember. 2 or 3 team members are locked in a station within a wall, and then are made to grab a key after solving 5 A or B questions, to which they need to get to the other side and push a button, all while the walls are closing in on them. The stone monster room from Dero is also back, but this time with sand. As mentioned in my previous video about Exit, this room has contestants spelling words in order to escape from the stone monster. Some rooms, however, are unique to Tourei. The first, and likely the most well-known in the Western world, is the Mummy Room. Is this bad? This gave me nightmares when I was 9? Anyway, in the Mummy Room, a contestant is placed within a contraption that wraps them up like a mummy. They then have 60 seconds to name 7 within a series, such as kanji for the word thin, Japanese baseball managers, or members of the Sase-san family. If they complete the challenge, they're set free. Fail, and, well, they're wrapped like a mummy and placed into a sarcophagus. This room is arguably the most well-known room in the show, with it appearing not just in the Japanese version of Tourei, but also the Chinese and Thai versions of the show as well. The show also appeared under altered rules in the Pan-Arab version of Exit. It would even appear on the French show Fort Boyard in the 2017 version of the show. Damn, mummifying people seems to be a really popular thing to do in game shows, eh? Then you get the cave room. There, 3 contestants are made to answer questions within a 10-minute span. They're then made to crawl through this tiny-ass crawl space, and will then answer questions about a certain topic. They will then grab a colored ball and place it into the hand statue. Get it correct, and you move on. Get it wrong, and it's supposedly down a bottomless pit. Then you get the slope room. This one is mostly all physical. Contestants are placed on a wall with a 30-degree incline, and from there, a contestant is made to solve puzzles while climbing the slope. The wall slowly increases in its slope, with a contestant made to grab a ball and place it into the stone monster's mouth. Succeed, and you get out. Fail, and you fall down into a bottomless pit. Damn, what is it with this show and bottomless pits? Anyway, next up we have the rock room. This room sees contestants go head-to-head in a challenge. 3 members are made to hang onto a wall, with the contestant answering a question while holding onto the wall. If they get it right, they're able to hide onto a perch while a giant rock pushes the other 2 forward. Only thing to remember to do is to hold on tight. Otherwise, you fall into another fucking bottomless pit. Finally, you get the Cliffs room. This one is very similar to the Beam room from Dero. Teams are made to solve puzzles while hanging within human-shaped holes in a wall. However, those bricks will begin to push out, and the contestants will fall into, you guessed it, a bottomless pit. The last team remaining also has to complete a challenge to make it to the door. Toray, ultimately, was cancelled due to reasons I am unable to find. However, the show did not go unnoticed, as it was big enough in Japan to warrant its own game for the Nintendo 3DS. The show is decent enough. I can't complain about anything too much. For the most part, it is a good show. It just relies way too damn much on bottomless pits. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. Duality Dusterman desu. Mata mukogawa de o ai shimashou. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.